Hey everyone, this is Julien from Memory Cards and welcome back to another video. So Bane just relaunched on PC for free. It's a collectible card strategy game developed by Mojang, the creators of Minecraft. And if that name, Bane, is unfamiliar to you, you would be in the right because that's actually the new title of a game that used to be called Scrolls. Now it's no longer called Scrolls because Bethesda, the creators of the Elder Scrolls series, actually sued Mojang because of the name, claiming that it infringed on their copyright of Scrolls, of Elder Scrolls, that it was too similar to the Elder Scrolls series. And they're very wildly, vastly different games, but Bethesda felt that, you know what, no other game should have scrolls in it and be about medieval looking mythic creatures. So this game is free. You can go download it right now on PC and Mac. And I'm of the opinion that collectible card games like this should be free at its base level. I mean, it just encourages more people to sign up, obviously. And then, of course, they should allow for pack buying or earning cards over time. And it really works well for this format. And I don't see why a game like this wouldn't be free from the get-go. So I decided to give this game a shot. It's been out for a while now. I've seen changes over time, but I never really understood the mechanics or gave it a fair shake. So I went ahead and downloaded it and played a little bit of it. And the first thing I noticed is that this game has a really interesting mechanic in which there are two things that you can do on your turn. One of which is you can sacrifice a card in your hand to draw 2 new cards, or you can sacrifice one of the cards in your hand and gain a mana crystal. So you start with 0 mana, and you got to decide throughout the game, is it a turn in which you want to sacrifice a card to gain mana, or do you want to sacrifice a card to draw 2 cards? This is something I haven't really seen in any other game, and it creates a pretty big dilemma right from the get-go. It really feels like the antithesis to every other card game I've played in which you don't want to sacrifice your cards and, you just get your mana over time. So I found that on one turn, I may not want to sacrifice anything and just play cards in my hand. Or, if I feel like I need to refresh my hand, I'll sacrifice something in it. You got to be careful, though. You sacrifice too much for mana and you'll have a bunch of mana and no cards to play, or you don't sacrifice enough for mana and you can't play any of the cards in your hand that you would like to because you haven't sacrificed enough to gain the mana to play them. There are also 4 factions in this game. You have Growth, Order, Energy, and Decay, and they all have different traits about them that do certain things. The Order faction would focus on stuff like buffs, and a Decay deck would focus on things like poison. To win a game, what you need to do is you need to destroy your opponent's totems, which exist on the other side of your chess-like board. And that's really what it felt like. It felt like there was more strategy involved in placement, which is something you got to consider in other card games too, where placement of cards on the board matter. But in this game, it really, really matters. It's the core of the game, making sure you're able to defend your idols or totems and being able to set up your characters in a way that they can attack efficiently. So there's a lot of interesting factors involved in this game, and in the short time I played it, I started to get into it, and I will say I'm a sucker for card games. I just like all card games, it seems, but I do think this is something, especially at its level now, where you can get in for free, that people could just get into and enjoy. And that's really kind of like the last thing I want to mention is that I actually was not able to get into an online match, and I could see people chatting in the chat below, like the global chat that's on the main menu. But for some reason, I was not able to locate a ranked match against someone, and the game wouldn't let me play a casual match, which is odd. But apparently this game does have a community, albeit small. But now that it's free, I'm sure that it would grow, provided that it gets the necessary attention, which is part of the reason why I wanted to make this video, to kind of get the word out there. And maybe if I keep playing this, I'm obviously going to want other people to play against. So that's what happened to Scrolls. It's now Bane. Please let me know in the comments what you think about this game, and if you plan on playing it, or why, maybe if you did play it, why you stopped. I'd like to know, because I honestly just want to know more about the game. So let me know in the comments, guys, and thanks for watching.